up on Good Morning Longhorns, after defeating UTSA at home this past weekend, our Horns moved up in the ranks to number 1 for the first time in 16 years.
Plus, students are frustrated following long lines and unorganized ticketing operations for students trying to get into DKR. We have it all covered for you in sports.
The Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, a nonpartisan organization, ranked UT as the 8th worst university for free speech. We'll tell you what we know and what this means.
And yesterday was National Voter Registration Day. We'll give you the tips and tricks to make sure you're ready for Election Day.
And finally, fall is right around the corner. Stay tuned for all things coffee. We have a special pumpkin spice recipe coming your way. All this and more right here, right now on Good Morning Longhorns. Good morning, Longhorns, for this Wednesday, September 18th. I'm Paulina Pearson.
And I'm Hallie Diamond. Thanks for joining us this morning. How are you doing, Paulina?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, it's week 4. I feel like it's gone by so fast already. What about you?
I mean, I definitely think it's gone by so fast. I'm tired, but I'm here and I'm ready.
Yes, same. And if you were at the game last weekend, the Longhorns cruised to victory and a 3-0 record in a 56-7 win over UTSA. Arch Manning stepped in during the second quarter and ended up having 4 touchdowns, one of them being 67 yards rushing. This quarterback switch-up came after Quinn Ewers suffered an abdominal strain.
UT has now jumped over Georgia following their close 13-12 win over Kentucky and now is number 1 in the nation. Next week, the Longhorns face Louisiana Monroe back at DKR. With Ewers' injury, he is likely to miss this week's game, but his status could change week to week.
There's tons more to break down about the big win as the Horns clinch the number 1 spot for the first time since 2008. Coming up after the break, we'll have a report right from the sidelines and Coach Sark's post-game press conference.
Plus, we'll have more on students struggling to get tickets this season and the hectic environment outside of the stadium.
Big news this week, especially for Texans hoping to apply to UT. The University of Texas's auto admission rule of accepting the top 6% of in-state students is changing. For high school graduates enrolling for the fall of 2026, they must be within the top 5% of their graduating class to be eligible for auto admission. University President Jay Hartzell made the announcement Monday in a faculty council meeting. Yeah, I mean, I just remember, like, when I moved here, it was at, like, 10%, and now the fact it's at 5 is, like, just crazy. It's showing how much growth is really happening right now.
Yeah, as I said, like, as you were saying, like, I think with the growth in Austin becoming a more popular spot, Texas, UT Austin becoming a more popular school, I definitely think it's becoming a lot more competitive.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I totally agree. And happening today, President Hartzell will deliver the 2024 State of the University address. The speech will take place in Hogg Memorial Auditorium at 3 p.m. A live stream of the speech will be available to watch on UT's Office of the President webpage. According to Hartzell's office, the speech will discuss how university leaders plan to advance excellence, innovation, and the student experience here at UT.
The Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, a nonpartisan organization, ranked UT as the 8th worst university for campus free speech. UT was the lowest ranked public university, with the foundation critiquing the school's response to the pro-Palestinian protests on April 24th. UT received a score of 23.39 out of 100, giving them a poor speech climate ranking. 40% of UT students say they self-censored at least once a month.
Many of the comments in this survey pointed to their perceived censorship of Palestinian speech and lack of support for Muslim students. According to the Austin American-Statesman, UT has said the university supports free speech, but will take action to enforce its rules and prevent campus disruption. In the wake of all this, UT's Dean of Students, Katie McGee, released a statement on Monday morning reinforcing its commitment to free speech and student support on campus. McGee announced a new event readiness and response team to assist during campus events and demonstrations. She says the goal of this initiative is to foster a safe environment where students can express themselves while respecting differences. Since returning from summer break, you might have noticed a change in UT's 3 dining halls. In the self-service drink machines of Jester City Limits, J2, and Ken's Dining, Coca-Cola products have been replaced with Pepsi.
We talked with a few students as they ate in campus dining halls to see how they felt about the change.
I prefer Coke products, but I can settle for Pepsi, though I'm a Dr. Pepper drinker only. I do miss Cherry Coke, though. I really love Cherry Coke, so it's kind of a bummer. But
the change from Coke to Pepsi products was very valuable for me as someone who greatly enjoys Mountain Dew. I really appreciate the fact that now I can get my Mountain Dew on demand.
And what do you think about this change, Paulina?
Well, as someone who lived on campus my freshman year, I think I would be devastated if I still lived there because I needed my daily Diet Coke. So I'm just glad that I don't still live there. I'll just say that.
I mean, I'm not a soda drinker personally, but I know people feel very passionate about Coca-Cola or Pepsi. So I definitely know people probably feel very strong about this change.
No, I definitely would. Well, politics is right on campus this week. Former Congressman and 2022 gubernatorial Beto O'Rourke spoke to a packed house Monday in the Jester Auditorium, where nearly 500 students gathered to hear him speak about the importance of this year's election and the youth vote. At Monday's event, organized by University Democrats, volunteers checked the registration status of most attendees and were on hand to register those interested.
And Beto isn't the only one encouraging students to vote. Yesterday was National Voter Registration Day. The nonpartisan student organization Texas Votes tabled on Speedway, where UT students could ask questions and register to vote nationwide. The last day to vote is October 7th. Shifting gears now to stories making headlines nationwide. The FBI is investigating bomb threats in Springfield, Ohio, following false claims targeted towards Haitian immigrants on Monday. 2 universities within the city moved to virtual classes, and 2 elementary schools were evacuated after campus police at Clark State College received bomb threats.
The threats come amid ongoing fallout from baseless allegations made by former President Trump during last week's presidential debate, where he claimed that Springfield migrants are stealing and eating local pets. This week has proven to be one of political violence, as Trump was the target of a second assassination attempt, this time at his golf course Sunday afternoon in Florida.
When discussing immigration policies during the presidential debate last week, Trump stated that Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio were, quote, eating the dogs, eating the cats, and eating the pets, end quote. As a result of Trump's statement, memes went viral across social media with various pets' reactions. Take a look.
Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
The statement has been proven by fact checkers to be false. Journalists across the country have doubled down on these accusations, placing pressure on Vice Presidential nominee J.D. Vance after admitting in a CNN interview that if he has to create stories, that is what he's going to do. And you might remember last week we mentioned Taylor Swift's Instagram post right after the debate where she endorsed Kamala Harris and also encouraged people to register to vote. Since then, over 400,000 users visited vote.gov. Days after, Donald Trump posted on Truth Social saying, quote, "I hate Taylor Swift." In an interview with Fox and Friends, Trump was asked about Swift's post, where he responded that he was not a Taylor Swift fan. Hallie, what do you make of these comments and Swift's endorsement?
So actually, I was looking into a survey that ABC News pulled, and apparently 81% of people say that the Taylor Swift endorsement isn't going to affect their voting.
Wow.
So obviously that's just with the ABC News people who participated in the poll, but I find that really interesting because obviously so many people want to check websites and things like that, but maybe it doesn't have as big as an impact as we think it may.
Right. No, I totally agree. Well, back here in Austin, the warm weather gathering place for Austinites, Barton Springs Pool, is expected to reopen on Thursday following repairs to 2 holes that formed in an abandoned skimmer pipe and created a safety hazard. The pool will open at its normal time of 5 a.m. And before we head to break, we're happy to report that our executive producer, Logan Duell, is alive and well this morning after going skydiving on Saturday. You can see the fun clips here as he jumps over San Marcos.
Here's Logan right after landing. Take a look.
Shockingly, but against all odds.
What was your favorite part?
The free fall was not it, but Once parachute open.
Yes, once that was open, like, it was gorgeous. We were vibing. It was awesome at that point.
Well, my dad used to be in the skydiving club in his college, and he's always wanted me to go skydiving, and I told Logan this, but I was like, you're crazy, I'm not doing that. So maybe one day, but I will applaud Logan for doing that. Would you skydive?
Absolutely, I think it would be really fun. Is fall finally here? It sure doesn't feel like it, but we'll get a check on the weather when we come back. Welcome back. We got a taste of fall weather last week, but unfortunately, the heat is back. Our Devin D. Michelle joins us now with your forecast.
Thank you, Hallie, and good morning, Longhorns. We are back in the Weather Center this morning to tell you all about the bright and sunny skies coming up this week. The weather is looking beautiful this Wednesday morning with partly cloudy skies and a high of 97 degrees and a low of 76 degrees. Moving on to tomorrow, Thursday will be bright and clear skies all day long with a high of 96 degrees and a low of 76 degrees. Friday will also be hot outside with a high of 96 degrees and a low of 74 degrees. The UV will hit a high of 8 on Friday, making it the perfect day to tan by the pool after class. Moving into the weekend, we will continue to see sunny skies on Saturday with a high of 94 degrees and a low of 72 degrees. It's going to be a hot one out there for game day, so be sure to wear extra sunscreen. That's all from the Weather Center. I'm Devin D. Michelle. Back to you, Paulina.
Thanks, Devin. And jumping back into UT's big win, Manning was not the only player to make big moves. Alabama transfer receiver Isaiah Bond scored 2 touchdowns and had over 100 yards. Defensive end Ethan Burke returned an interception 30 yards for a touchdown. Fans are definitely nervous about the Quinn Ewers injury, but medical examiners say that it is not as serious as they originally thought. After this week's game, let's hope Arch Manning has no trouble keeping up the talent.
So what did you think of the game? Were you there?
Yes, I was there, and when I saw that he was injured, everyone was thinking, oh, was it his ACL that was
so
torn?
quiet.
Yeah, it was so quiet, but I'm glad that the injury is not as horrible as they originally thought.
Exactly, and Coach Sark said it would be on a week-to-week basis, so who knows?
Right.
Maybe he will play this week.
Right.
For a better look at what was happening right on the field, we're joined by TSTV Sports' Ryan Hopper, who has more from the sideline.
I'm here at Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, where the Longhorns prevailed 56-7 over the UTSA Roadrunners. However, that is far from the only story tonight. Texas starting quarterback Quinn Ewers would leave the game in the second quarter with a reported abdominal strain. Unclear how much time he'll miss, leaving the keys to the car turned over to the young Arch Manning, who was impeccable in his time here today. He stuffed the stat sheet with 290 total yards and 5 total touchdowns, including a perfect fade to Jonte Cook in the back corner of the end zone and a deep post over the middle to Ryan Wingo for a 75-yard touchdown. But in the second quarter, Manning would shock the world with his athleticism, taking a read option 67 yards to the house, which was the longest rushing touchdown by a Texas quarterback since Vince Young in 2005. After the game, I asked Texas head coach Steve Sarkisian about what Manning's running ability brings to this offense.
Coach, with opposing defenses having to account for Arch more as a runner than, say, Quinn, how much more does that open up for you as an offensive play caller?
Well, it's different, right? It's not something that we've done a ton of here. We did a little bit back in the day, with Hudson when we had him. And so to have that at our disposal, sometimes that can keep people a little bit more honest. But we're never going to major in that. That's not kind of who we are philosophically as an offense, but we like to have it in our back pocket to keep things honest. And so that we'll probably just kind of stay the course with that.
Texas, now ranked number 1 in the AP poll for the first time since 2008, will face Louisiana Monroe next Saturday in what is expected to be Manning's first career start. I'm Ryan Hopper for TSTV.
And in other very exciting news out of DKR, Texas Athletics brought back the OG third down Bevo graphic, and fans couldn't be any happier. Just 2 weeks ago, during the first home game, part of the SEC against Colorado State, a new Bevo debuted on the big screens, but something just didn't feel right. The original graphic is back and staying for good. Fans roared as the animation you just saw rolled during the first third down of Saturday's game.
Oh my God, it was a sight to see at
yeah.
the game. All of a sudden, you see that graphic, the new one, and then all of a sudden all the yik yaks and tweets came up, and then the new guy came out, and everyone was, the original came, everyone was screaming.
Yeah, no, I was there, and it was crazy. I was so excited because it's kind of like a scary graphic, but I think when he starts making the noise, but it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Well, UT football might be number 1, but some students can't even get in to see it. Students who purchased the big ticket have been unable to claim their tickets after waiting for hours in the Texas Athletics online queue.
On game day, the lucky ones who claim tickets might not even land an actual seat. Lines at the student entrance are clumped and crowded, and so are the stands. Rhea Patel, a junior who transferred from UTSA, says she was unable to claim a ticket to the game against her former school. So what do you think about the ticket struggle?
Oh, yeah, I know at least when I was going to the game, I went there over an hour early, and they were still holding back the lines because there were so many students trying to get in.
And also, I feel like I have Longhorn Foundation, so that means I get the tickets a day early, which usually means I have a secure ticket, but my friends are fighting for the death to get a ticket.
Yeah, and you shouldn't have to be able to join other things, to try to get a ticket earlier. I know that there's probably record amounts of people getting the big ticket because of how well we're doing in football, but definitely it's a struggle, so hopefully there's maybe something figured out. But if you're hoping to get closer to the stadium a little earlier this weekend, there's good reason to do so. Country Music Hall of Famer Tanya Tucker, who you might recognize as the singer of Delta Dawn, will be headlining the free Longhorn City Limits concert at the LBJ Lawn. Tucker is set to perform at 5 p.m. before the game at 7.
After the break, we'll give you a look into some of the top entertainment stories. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. In your entertainment news this morning, rock artist Jon Bon Jovi, the voice behind the hit Livin' on a Prayer, is being hailed a hero for helping to caught a woman in crisis off the edge. Video released by Nashville police shows Bon Jovi and another person approaching the woman who is hanging onto a pedestrian bridge railing overlooking the Cumberland River.
The singer, who was apparently on the bridge to film a music video, was able to convince the woman to climb back over the railing to safety. The two embraced, and Bon Jovi walked her off the bridge. September is National Suicide Prevention Month. If you or anyone you know is in a crisis, call the Suicide and Crisis Hotline at 988. Sean Diddy Combs was arrested Monday at a New York City hotel and was charged with racketeering and sex trafficking. This comes roughly 6 months after authorities raided his homes in Los Angeles and Miami. Combs was denied bail. He pleads not guilty, and his lawyer says Combs isn't guilty of sex trafficking, just cheating. Combs is due back in court on September 24th. And it's officially Hispanic Heritage Month, and over the next few weeks, we're honoring the contributions of people of Hispanic descent right here on the 40 acres.
In 2020, UT was designated as one of 46 Hispanic serving institutions and was awarded the prestigious Seal of Excellencia, recognizing the school for providing high-quality education to Hispanic students and uplifting their experiences. It's only fitting that UT is hosting several community events this month.
Among the events is a seminar honoring the namesake behind the Sanchez Building on Speedway and a cultural food night in the dining halls with a live mariachi performance. We'll have more on these events and others all month long. Here at Good Morning Longhorns, we're gearing up for the fall. Stay tuned for a delicious fall-inspired pumpkin spice latte recipe taught by me. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Good Morning Longhorns. Of course, as we enter fall and pretend that it's not still 90 degrees outside, we can't help but crave a little pumpkin spice latte. And right now, I'm going to be teaching Hallie and Priya how to make the perfect PSL that takes only a few ingredients. So what we have here is a mix of almond milk and some other fun little flavors. And then we have 2 espresso shots from my Nespresso. I want to get a coffee machine, but I don't have one. So we're just going to pour this in here. Oop. And I don't know if y'all like sweet coffee, but this is going to be sweet, so sorry about that.
Honestly, I can't do, like, black coffee. I feel like that's way too strong, so I think this is going to be perfect.
Yeah, so we're going to put some ice in here now. We're only going to put a good amount because I do want to, like, sorry, I do want to shake it around a little bit to, like, make it a little frothy, you know? But yeah, I just love to make my coffees at home instead of going to, like, Starbucks or something because
honestly.
I can waste so much money on it. I'm going to pour, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm going to pour a little bit of this pumpkin spice sauce. Normally I would do homemade, but I don't know. This one's really good from Target, so I didn't want to mess up a good thing, so we're just going to put a little bit of that.
I am going to have to say this is my first pumpkin spice latte.
Is it really?
I'm not kidding.
No, I feel like, yeah, I love a good pumpkin spice latte.
I've never been into one before. Ooh.
Okay. Hopefully this doesn't
This is
go
so fancy.
I'm going to shake it a little bit. Yeah, please. Okay. I'm just going to shake it a little bit because it's already pretty, like, mixed up anyways. Okay.
Ooh.
I'll give y'all each your own little bit.
I'm really excited now.
Yeah.
You guys are hyped up.
I know, right?
I'm obsessed with a PSL. Like,
I feel like it's just the perfect drink to get you in, like, the fall mood.
Exactly.
It's like perfect timing too.
Exactly.
I feel like fall just is, like,
And now we have some pumpkin pie spice.
Pumpkin pie spice.
And normally you could make it on your own because it's like nutmeg and I don't know, that stuff, cinnamon. But again, I just get this from Target. Okay, I'm gonna stir them around.
Amazing.
Give it a little taste.
Cheers.
Oh, I just smelled that. It's really good.
Oh, that's so good.
Wait,
the
that's really good.
Yeah.
Wait.
What?
And I'm not a coffee drinker, and I like
The
it.
pumpkin spice on top just, like, takes it there. I love it.
Oh my gosh, perfect. Well, that's all the time we have here this Wednesday. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Paulina Pearson.
And I'm Hallie Diamond. For Paulina, Priol, and all of our Good Morning Longhorns team, we'll see you back here next week. For more news all the time, you can follow us on Instagram at Good Morning Longhorns and check us out at tstv.news online. Have a great Wednesday.